Good morning. In this video, I'm going to explain Module 3, that is flip-flop and its application. Under that, I'm going to discuss registers and counters based on shift registers. So again, it is common to both electrical and electronic students. For electrical students, it is in Module 4. So flip-flop application, the same topic, registers and counters based on shift registers. Let's see what is register. See, register is a collection of flip-flops. So register is made up of flip-flops. As you know, flip-flop is 1 bit storage element. So if you want to store the 4-bit information, 4 flip-flops are grouped into a register. So register is called as collection of flip-flops and used to hold information within the digital system. So that means registers are used to hold the information in a digital system, and it consists of finite number of flip-flops. So as I said, if you want to store 4-bit information, we use 4 registers. It consists of finite number of flip-flops. Hence, each flip-flop is capable of storing either 0 or 1. So finite number of 0 1 combination can be stored in register, since it consists of finite number of flip-flops. See, combination of zeros and ones, that is called state or content of a register. That means combination of zeros and ones which is stored in the register. Which is stored in the register is called as content or state of a register. So again, we have a shift register. Shift register means the register which are capable of moving information position wise upon the occurrence of a clock signal is called a shift register. As the name itself tells, shift the content of register either to the right or to the left. So shift register is capable of registers which are capable of moving information position wise upon the occurrence of a clock signal. And the registers are classified based on the information moves in one direction or two direction. Registers are classified based on the information moves in one direction or two direction. They are unidirectional register and bidirectional registers. Okay, this is one type of classification based on information is moving in one direction or two direction. If it is one direction, unidirectional. If it is bidirectional, two directional bidirectional registers. Again, based upon how the information is entered into the register and how we retrieve the information from the register, means how we in and how we out the register. Registers are classified in different types. Here basically we have two types of uh, communication. That means there are two ways to transfer information into a register. One is serial and parallel. In serial, or sorry, in parallel, all zeros and one symbols are in parallel transfer. All 0 1 symbols are simultaneously transferred as an entity, as a single quantity. Upon occurrence of a single clock, all the information bits are going to be transferred at a single instant of time. So but in serial, again it requires as many lines as symbols being transferred. That means if you want to transfer 10 information bit, so we need 10 lines. So hardware will be more complex here. And in serial, information transferred symbol by symbol in a time sequence, that is bit by bit. So hence it requires only a single line. It requires only single line. Okay. And there are four possible ways the register can transfer the information. That means whether we do only serial or serial in serial out or parallel in serial out, like that. So we have four possible ways the register can transfer the information. They are serial in, serial out. We are entering the data serially and we retrieving the data serially. So serial in, parallel out, SIPO. So we are entering the data serially but we read data parallelly. And parallel in, parallel out. So we entering the data in parallel and we retrieving the data in parallel. So parallel in, serial out. Okay. So these are the four ways the register can transfer the information. Let's see one by one. Serial in, serial out register. So this is the configuration of serial in, serial out register. So here we use 4 flip-flops, hence we call it as a 4-bit serial in, serial out unidirectional shift register. Why? Because unidirectional, the data will be transferred in one direction, I mean to the right, see, all control inputs are connected to common clock pulse. That means all are synchronized with the common pulse. See, the flip-flops here we use is D flip-flop. This is also called as a data flip-flop. So whatever the input that will be stored in the flip-flops. Hence we prefer data flip-flop. So here to the leftmost flip-flop we connected serial data in, and to the next flip-flop output of previous in is connected as an input. Similarly to the next one, I mean D2, output of previous one, that is Q1, is connected as a input. For D3, Q2 is connected as a input. And from the rightmost one, so this will be considered as a serial out. That means cascading connection. Flip-flops are connected cascading. Okay, na? Let's consider how it operates. For example, if you want to store the data 1101. So since it is a right shift, so first we need to configure for a right shift. We need to transfer LSB first. LSB first. Let's see operation table or called function table. So initially serial data input, I mean 0, and this is the content, initial content 1011. These are the values of Q1, sorry, Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3, content of flip-flops, and serial data in, and here clock pulses. Okay. So as I said, first we need to transfer LSB. So set this LSB into serial data in. Serial data in, that is 1, and that one, once the clock pulse occurs, 1 will be loaded into D0 flip-flop. D0 flip-flop, and content, as I said, content of Q0 will be shifted to D1 flip-flop. I mean, so this one will be shifted here. Again, content of Q1 flip-flop will be shifted to Q2, and Q2 will be shifted to Q3. Clear? So next we set the second bit to be transferred, that is a 0, and that 0 will be loaded into D0 flip-flop. We set D0 0. When the clock pulse occurs, that 0 will be loaded into Q0, and Q0 value shifted to Q1, Q1 shifted to Q2, and Q2 shifted to Q3, and the previous value of Q3 is out. Clear? And next bit to be loaded is 1. So we set 1 on serial data in line, and that 1 will be loaded to Q0 flip-flop, and Q0 value shifted to Q1, Q1 shifted to Q2, and Q2 shifted to Q3. Okay. So next data to be loaded is, I mean, 1 bit. So 1, and that is shifted to Q0. Similarly, Q0 shifted to Q1, Q1 to Q2, Q2 to Q3. So now data is available. I mean, 4 bits are loaded. 4 bits are loaded. 1, 0, 1, 1. Clear now? So now how many clock pulses required? 4 clock pulses are required. To transfer the information, we require 4 clock pulses. 4 clock. Clear now? And so this is how we transfer 4 bits serially. And how do we get the serial out? Serial out. See, as I said, Q3 is the output which is connected to serial out terminal, output terminal. Right? And we set the serial data in 0. Okay. Serial data in 0. And as I said, this 0 will be loaded to Q0. Right? And these are the data shifted. Okay. That means this one is out. Now this one is out. Clear na? So on the fifth clock pulse, first LSB is out. Okay. Again, set serial data in 0. Okay. That 0 is shifted here. Again, that is shifted here. I mean, 1 shifted here like this. And the second bit 0 is out on 6th clock pulse. And now this is the bit to be out. This is the bit to be out. Once the clock pulse occurs, that is 7th clock pulse, zeros are loaded here, and this is the bit out. This is the bit out. And now this is the bit to be out. So when the pulse occurs, that data is out, and this becomes on at zeros. So this is so to get the data, to out the data, we need 4 clock pulses are required. So totally we require 8 clock pulses to perform serial in, serial out operation. We need 8 clock pulses. So this is the configuration of 4-bit serial in, serial out unidirectional shift registers. I'll continue in the next video. Thank you.